Hello,
Hello,
Tom.
Jonny.
Hello.
At Shrewsbury Flower Show. Fancy seeing you here.
I know. I was wandering past and I saw you and I thought, hello.
You've got to sit down.
We've
haven't
got to
you,
sit
and have
down
a
and say
chat.
hello.
I know, but we're just going to do a quick one, and I'm going to come and visit your garden, which has become Instagram famous.
It's become mental, really. It's
and
a
you've
bit
sold
overwhelming.
me the millennial dream as well of sitting by your little fire on that little patio.
I'm not huge on watching TV, so all I do, I've got the family here, they'll be able to tell you as well. I'll go out and just put my fire pit in, and I will just sit there and just chill out and relax. Kids are in bed, I can just relax. So, and to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of what my missus likes to watch on TV, so it's my
you
little...
can just hide outside. You'll be in trouble. So, when did you start getting into gardening? Have you always been into it?
Yeah, since I was a kid. I've absolutely loved gardening since I was a kid. So as a family, when we were younger, we used to go on to trips to Holland. On my mum's side, they're Dutch, so we used to go out and see family out there. And one of my earliest memories as a kid was standing in a tulip field in Holland, looking at all these tulips, and I was like, oh my God, that's actually a real thing. These are flowers, like, and I was like, this is amazing. So when I got a little bit older, so I was about 5 when that's probably my earliest memory. Then when I was about 10, I started trying to earn a little bit of pocket money, and I thought, speak to my grandma, can I earn a little bit of pocket money, please? And she got me gardening in her garden because she was getting older, struggling to do things.
Yeah.
And that's where I really learnt the basics of gardening. What was a weed, what wasn't, because when I pulled out flowers, I got told off, so I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So I learnt the basics there and then, and mowing the lawn. I think that's where my lawn obsession came from as well, from an early age.
Yes, we'll have to come back to the lawn obsession.
Yeah, so, and then I didn't really get obsessed, if you will, with gardening until my first... I started doing some research, found out Friday afternoons, Friday evenings, Gardener's World was on, Monty Don was on. Started watching Gardener's World, and I basically learnt by hands-on experience, and I'd say my own trials and errors. And trust me, at the start there was so many errors, and then I'd had to do my own research and think, well, why didn't this work? And I loved that process of trying things out.
Yeah,
and then once I got it right, the sense of fulfillment, and I felt so proud of myself.
Yeah.
The fact that I had, grown this plant and kept it alive. I loved it. I loved every single bit of that process to where I am today, just completely obsessed. That's and I find gardening a way of relaxing, a way to unwind. As my job as a firefighter, I see some not nice things, unfortunately. And I think it's my way to keep myself mentally stable, really. I find it so relaxing. So that and the gym, I call it my yin and yang.
Yeah.
So they're both completely different.
They are, yeah.
But that's how I relax, really, by going that's my typical day off. Going to the gym in the morning, the gardening all the way until the afternoon. And then the fire pit at the end. Yeah.
I love that. And I was going to ask you about that, because you've got totally different jobs in a sense of being a firefighter, and then, it's not a job as such, but now everything that you do with the gardening and the Instagram and everything else, and it's two totally separate worlds, but like you say, actually they benefit each other in that sense.
I think they go hand in hand, really. I absolutely love my job as a firefighter. I honestly think it's the best job in the world. I love the guys at work. guys and girls at work. I love.
How long have you been doing it for?
So I've been doing that for 7 years now, nearly 8 years.
And what made you have that moment of, I want to do this?
I've always wanted to be a firefighter, even leaving school. So when the process of me leaving college, none of the fire service around the country were recruiting at the time. So I was a gym instructor straight after college, just one of them jobs that just ticks you over. I got all my qualifications within fitness, and I thought, right, I want to really push try and get in the fire service. And no one was recruiting, so I thought, right, what's the next best thing? I need to get into some sort of uniform service to try and make my CV look a little bit better. So I joined the prison service. So I was a prison officer for 6 years. So
Wow.
I started off on the units in the prison, and I then went, because of my fitness background, I went into the gym in the prison. And then I ended up being one of the managers in the gym. And so my job in the prison was to make prisoners and criminals fitter, faster, and stronger. So that was my job within the prison. And then, luckily, some brigades started recruiting, and I started applying to brigades. And then, lo and behold, I actually got my local town and my local brigade, Warwickshire.
Because that doesn't normally happen straight away.
No, because I was applying all over the country, and I ended up getting my local town.
Perfect.
Yeah, so.
And it's gone from there, and you
It's gone from
enjoy
there.
it.
Yeah, so during lockdown, I was still able to go to work because I was a key worker.
Yeah.
But all the gyms were closed. So I was thinking, I need to keep myself
You
busy.
went a bit out of balance.
Yeah, and I thought, gardening keeps me relaxed. And my garden at that point, during lockdown, wasn't in a great condition. And when you try and look through your phone and you want to show someone a picture,
Yeah.
you're constantly doing that. And you're like,
There's a good one somewhere.
yeah, where are the good ones? And I thought, well, why don't I just start an Instagram account where all my gardening stuff is in one place? If I wanted to be a geek and show someone my garden.
Yeah.
And so I got my shed. That was the first thing that went into my garden. So when I moved in, there was nothing but a lawn in my garden. So I bought the shed, put the foundation down. I thought, right, first post, my shed. Took a photo of my shed and I did a typical me in my shorts. There I am, like this, like there's my sheds. Posted it. And that's how my Instagram page
That's where
started.
it all began.
It all began with the first post.
And that was in lockdown.
That was just before lockdown. And I did a few posts before COVID hit. And whilst it was COVID, I thought, right, I need to try and post more and be more active on my Instagram. And that's when I really started getting really into Instagram. And it's not, when I say into Instagram, I just started posting a lot more. And I didn't expect to get how it is now, what my Instagram is like now. And I still find it unreal.
Yeah.
Where my Instagram is now, because I'm I'm a normal, just typical guy. And I still find it strange because I started getting noticed when I'm out and about now, and it just blows my mind. It's just so weird being recognised in the.
It's where like this like Instagram versus reality sort of comes in, and you're kind of like, oh, these people that follow me exist.
Yeah, and that's it.
And they're real people, and they can spot me in the street.
It still blows my mind that people recognise me. I'm just Jonny from just down the road, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Jonny down the road with 250,000 people watching everything you do on Instagram.
Yeah. But it's lovely.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Instagram community, gardening community, is the best community on Instagram. It really is. I mean, I'm on TikTok as well, but I tend to find I get a lot more negative comments through TikTok.
Yeah, I don't think you get the same community.
It's strange.
Yeah.
Because you're on TikTok as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I am on TikTok, and especially with some of our clients, we really do TikTok with those. And you're right, like, you get much more of a community and that feeling and all of that we love about the gardening community on Instagram. But TikTok, I guess, it shows it to more random people. They're not necessarily your crowd.
The way the algorithm pushes your content out to people that aren't interested in this subject.
Yeah,
It's
and then
strange.
they're just
And
gonna
that's
put
where
rubbish
the
comments, yeah.
negative comments come from. So I get one in a blue moon on Instagram. It's very rare. I
Yeah.
tend to use it as content, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I get a hell of a lot more through TikTok. And to be honest with you, the app itself, I don't actually understand. Whether that's my age or not, I don't know. But there's parts of TikTok, like the TikTok shop, and I just don't get TikTok, to be honest with you. I'm on there, but I don't
And
get
you've
it.
got a lot of followers on there, so
I
you're
don't
doing
know how.
something right.
Because I don't
Just post it.
I
and
don't
hope for the
post as
best.
often on TikTok than I
No.
do on Instagram. But yeah, it's
And we need to come back to the lawn. So obviously you're really passionate about the lawn.
love my lawn.
How did it end up becoming one of your things that you've become really
I
well
don't
known
know.
for?
Do you know what? I don't know whether it's because there's not a lot of lawn content out there. I don't
There's
know.
not. And also, I think it's weirdly therapeutic in a way. Like, I don't even have a lawn, and I'm obsessed with your lawn content. It's just that, like, you have to know what happens next, and I have to know whether aerating your lawn really does make a difference.
When I say gardening and plants and growing plants relaxes me, times that by 100 with my lawn. I love nothing more than just looking out in my kitchen. First thing I look at is the lawn, then the borders, then like the shed. But my lawn's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have a little bit of a joke when anyone new comes around my house, and obviously they've seen my content or whatever, and they come out and I says, right, you going out in the garden? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, make sure you take your shoes and socks off before you go on the grass. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, take your shoes and socks off. You're not allowed shoes on.
It's your most
off."
prized possession.
Yeah. And they're like, what? I'm joking. I said, honestly, but seriously, don't go on there.
But if you make a mark on it.
But yeah, like the kids, they're sitting there right now, like when they're out there with the ball. Honestly, I have like a little bit of a mini heart attack every time I see this ball just going flying.
Don't watch.
Oh God, honestly, and the amount of time I'm saying, "Wash my plants." Honestly, I'm terrible for it.
So what's next? Just more of the same? More of you being you?
I've got a few things
Oh, he's got some things in the pipeline.
in the pipeline.
That's
yeah.
exciting.
Which I'd never thought possible a year ago, and it's all through social media, and it's just still, like I said, I've said it before, blows my mind how a post of a shed has
Turned into
what I've got now, and I'm so privileged to be in this position. I'm humbled by it as well. So, but yeah, there's a few things in the pipeline. I can't talk about them yet because they haven't been confirmed. Unfortunately, but it's potentially pretty big as well. So I'm really excited if it happens.
Well, crossing all fingers.
Oh yeah, Tam, I'm
and
crossing
then
my legs fingers.
Cross everything,
Yeah.
and I'll have to come back and see you in your garden.
Yeah, please
and we'll
do.
do a proper episode of the
Please
podcast.
do. Yeah, you're
and
more than welcome,
I'll try
Tom.
and make you spill the beans then.
Yeah, but hopefully by then I'll know
Hopefully
more.
by then you can tell me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, before you come round, what did Adam Greenfinger City Boy get you?
Oh,
Did he get you a cake?
Yes. Donuts.
Donuts.
And we had a gin and tonic.
You had a gin and tonic, right?
Yeah.
I need to trump this, by the way.
Um,
He's my rival, but
And then we did have dinner as well, actually.
you had dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need
No
to
pressure.
get more donuts. Need to get a big cake and a slap-up meal
Yeah.
and lots of
And
alcohol.
he
Not
showed me
just.
his wheelie bins.
Oh, he showed you his wheelie bins.
Yeah.
Oh, mine aren't
I
as
even
good
got
as
to
his.
pull them out.
Say again.
I even got to try them.
I'll let you come on my lawn with your shoes on.
Wow. Okay, deal.
There you
I'm
go.
in.
All right.
Yeah, perfect.
Fantastic.
I'm in.
Thank you, Tom.